it's contaminated. This big wide river flowing through here, and you're not supposed to drink it. Drink the water, or scoop the water, or eat the fish or frogs or turtles from the water.
Hi, Daddy.
Okay, I've just been dropped off at the trailhead out of Great Barrington. A lot of traffic going here. This is the, I think it's called Route 7 right here. But Great Barrington is about 3 miles down the road. I spent the night there. Had new shoes sent to the post office, which I am wearing right now, which feel great. Got a hot shower, stayed in a Travel Lodge cheap motel. Got a little bit of resupply at the Price Chopper supermarket, so we're getting ready to go down the trail. Feel good, and I'm not sure when my next zero is, but maybe in 3 or 4 days. But I'm ready to hike. More traffic. A little bit later start than I'm normally used to, but so it might be like either a 7 to 12 mile day, I'm not sure. So we're gonna get on hiking onward. Okay, I just want to say, so far, Massachusetts, I have found, does not mess around with their trail markers. So I've seen plenty of these so far, and if you're watching and you might be thinking of hiking the trail in 100, 150 years from now, I'm gonna bet this and its brethren are still gonna be here. Probably at that same angle, but these things aren't going anywhere. They're here for the duration, I'm pretty sure. So way to go, Massachusetts. No mistaking that that's a trail marker and it's not going anywhere. So pretty cool. And we have a sign here about the Housatonic River. Probably should be called the Housatoxic River. It's contaminated. This big wide river flowing through here, and you're not supposed to drink it. Drink the water, or scoop the water, or eat the fish or frogs or turtles from the water. So I'm not sure what the history is behind that, but that's a shame. So I gotta conserve my water. I'm not sure what my next water source is gonna be. So anyway, onward. All right, it's about 12:30, and I'm at the Tom Leonard shelter. I'm about 6.5 miles into my hike today. This is one of the areas I was first considering stopping, but it's way too early to do that. I'm gonna move on to the next camping areas. I'll end up there later in the afternoon, but stopping here for lunch, just on a break. No one's here except for me. There's some pretty cool tenting areas here. But overall today, the hike, not too bad. Much better than the day before, coming out of Connecticut into Massachusetts. That hike was just before Great Barrington. There was something called Bear Mountain, Mount Everett, and I think it was called Mount Race, but it was just like 3 in a row. And the two really sharp ascents and descents was Bear Mountain and Mount Everett. So those were just day killers right there. But I still got a 16-mile day in before I headed into Great Barrington. So today there was some ascent, but it's been gradual, so I'm feeling pretty good. I was a little concerned about breaking in new shoes with high mileage, but so I'll probably find out at the end of the day. I have a bunch of blisters, but so far they feel pretty good. So I'm going to stop here for a break for some flattened tuna in a packet, and maybe a protein bar. And believe it or not, water is a concern today. There has been no reliable water source so far. And I think one of the shelters I'm considering up the trail, there may be a good water source, but so I'm trying to conserve water. This is one of the more humid days to hike, but it's been beautiful. I love Massachusetts so far. Hemlock trees, I think they're fir trees too, but just beautiful out here. So time for a break and then onward. Okay. All right, it's close to 6 p.m. and I'm 3 miles away from a campsite that I wasn't even intending to go to. So I'm about, 14 miles in, which I didn't even plan to go 14 miles today. But the last shelter site had a really poor water situation, and I was running dry on water, so it didn't make sense to just stay there. And there were several streams north, which I just stopped at one and refilled my water. So I'm about, like I said, 3 miles away from where I need to get. So I had a late start today. I'm gonna have a late finish and more miles than I intended, but I didn't really think I had a choice. So the shoes feel good, the new shoes, and that's another reason why I thought I could continue on. So everything was feeling good. I'm a little hungry right now, but I've usually eaten dinner right about this time, so that's not going to happen. But we'll make it. I'll be dragging, that's for sure. I'm always kind of dragging by the time I get into camp. But while I got this monologue here. Great Barrington, Massachusetts, where I wasn't a zero, it was just an overnight, and I was able to get a shuttle ride in after hitchhiking failed. Uber and Lyft weren't available, but I got a shuttle ride in, found it on Guthook, which that's another useful purpose for that app. But got to the post office in time to pick up my shoes yesterday afternoon, about 15 minutes before the post office closed, so I was real happy about that. And he also hooked me up with a hiker rate at a local travel lodge. So all in all, I got a little resupply, like I said. Had some coffee this morning from McDonald's, which, McDonald's coffee, much better than instant coffee out on the trail. I'll take it. And then this morning, on the way out, my driver let me stop at the post office and ship out what turned out to be a 6-pound box of items I didn't need. I didn't think they were necessary anymore. Some of them, mosquitoes. Some of the items were camera related. Other items were cold weather related. Other items were just little ditty bags that I didn't really need. But a sleeping bag liner. But it turned out to be a lot more than I thought. So that's going to help to pack weight today. The camera skills are wearing out right now, but anyway, by the time I get in camp, it's gonna be close to dusk. So I thought I'd just do this on the trail. Hope I don't get lost. So all in all, Great Barrington, a nice little stay. Got the shower, all that stuff. So I was tempted to claim another zero, but it was way too close to the last zero I had. It would have been a nice zero though. They had a few restaurants I wanted to check out. Footnote at Price Chopper, I walked in there 30 minutes before it closed, and the ladies behind the pizza counter cranked up the pizza oven for me and made one of the best pepperoni extra cheese pizzas, family size, I've ever tasted. So that was awesome. I'll be dreaming about that tonight. But anyway, onward and I'll check in tomorrow.